strong that they'd have to overcommit.
Here's the Sentinels continues.
And Sentinels acknowledge that. They read that. They go, we'll throw one at Yike with that Lee Sin, because any good jungler worth their salt has a great Lee Sin in their toolkit. And then the rest on support in that mid lane.
Battle
and now
cruiser
we're into the first pick being
operational.
the J4.
Yeah, I love this J4 pick. It's just one of those standard staple junglers that loves to
Copy
get
by
rotations
Nocturne
right now.
Liao.
We've seen so many great plays already here today.
Jayce slam for
Jayce
Canna.
locked in for Canna in this top side. It is a bit of a flex, but most likely going to go there. It's
I think Impact would be very happy to play a tank or Yorick into Jayce. I feel like that's when Impact is in his element.
Be just a long range poke, right? We did see that lethality Jayce build coming through.
I think Canna could have made a comeback into LCK after last year, but not after this year.
Slower, a calmer kind of thing as a hover coming in over Rek'Sai here. I love Rek'Sai. Oh,
What?
I was hoping we'd see her.
Okay, no, I was about to say Aatrox. Maybe we wouldn't go
Well,
there.
Yorick good into Jayce.
Cassiopeia, nice little
Yorick has
flex there,
sustain
can go
and
mid, can
a
go
very
mid,
annoying
can.
poke.
Yeah, blinding the mid
And
gives that
the weakness of
information
ranged
over
champions is
Sentinels,
that they have
right?
zero
They'll be able to play
sustain.
around that Cassiopeia, but I still think it's smart to blind it now, because where is it blind? Is it going down to that bot lane because of that mage meta, or will it be in the mid lane? Sentinels, they have to crack that code with the
Why does Caliste and Busio look the same? Because they have some facial features that are similar.
It's almost impossible to escape because you can run so dang fast, but something to slow her down.
Yeah, I love this Anivia as well. That's really good.
If this Anivia, I really liked what NBA did. Made in Brazil, sending Anivia ball lane.
Slows, it's a great way to siphon that Cassiopeia, right? It's keeping them at bay, putting up a good wall. It's going to stop them from getting in.
Like, you don't need to lie to make the case for why Doran should be... Like, you should look at replacements for Doran. You don't need to lie.
They're prioritizing their top side. They want to give Impact a bit more love because it felt like they were just at such a disadvantage last game. They need to give them something back.
Yeah, and I mean, Impact did get last pick, right? He got the counter pick on
no
that
reason to lie.
He chose it into the Rumble, and it wasn't like he was doing bad into the Rumble. He was slowly falling behind, but Yike put early pressure on that top side, which accelerated Canna, which led to, you know, Impact's demise and inability to...
Xin Zhao instead of Wukong. I think Xin Zhao is a way more consistent champion.
In the backlines of Sentinels, but this is game 2. This is a different composition, and we're seeing that Jayce, Cassiopeia,
Thoughts on Lionel Messi?
Zhao locked in. I
think he's the greatest footballer of all time.
A very high priority jungle that we
But
haven't really seen much here at
I think Ronaldo's probably the best athlete football has ever had. Maybe Zlatan is up there too.
Presence around these dragons, like you get that crescent guard, you get the wind becomes lightning, you do a lot of damage, and you can get out of these fights.
I don't know. We have some free. I don't know. Haaland is also a freak athlete, bro. This guy is so early on in his career. But when I see Haaland do, like, I don't watch a lot of football, but I see like videos of him running. He just looks like a freak, bro. He activates his Viking DNA, bro. He's as if he's chasing Brits on the beach of Saxon, England. Aylesbury.
Bot lane support, a really tanky engage, brings a lot of CC to these matchups. Lucian banned away from Caliste on the other side, but look at Sentinels. Cataclysm, Wall, and the Ghoulie Wall. There's so much environmental control coming out of Sentinels that they're going to change the pathing. They're going to change your ingress and ability to escape here. So KC, they're going to have to respect. If they go in, there's every chance they're not.
I think that what Ronaldo...
I think there's almost another side to this as well. Is
Ronaldo's Real Madrid runs in Champions League, and even for Man United, his Champions League runs. Champions League is his tournament, bro.
I really see it's going to be Jayce.
Champions League Ronaldo runs are crazy.
The team gets these objectives and do some damage.
Statistically, in Champions League, Ronaldo's bah.
They're going to take everything.
Yeah, and another ban coming through there from KC. The last one being that Mel. Mel has risen in that meta. Rebuttal, such a strong tool here. So they clearly don't want to give that over to Sentinels for what they still have left to pick over on the side of KC. Because Cassiopeia, we don't know where she's going.
Ronaldo also had Modric for most of those Champions League. Yeah, but are we going to compare which players had which players, bro? Barcelona had legend after legend after legend, too. What are we talking about? Like Real Madrid and Barcelona have been stacked for the last 20 years.
But instead, they go the Pike. Busio is going to be feeling good on this one.
Yeah, Pike is absolutely a menace across the rift. Moves so dang
Pike is a crazy look-in to just drop like this.
They may not have wanted to go for themselves.
What on earth?
They need a fast response. They need something that can match the pace that a Pike can do. Pyke also with those hooks, with those stuns, has so much playmaking ability. Resets on that ultimate, though, could potentially work against them because when your support is giga-fed, that means your AD carry isn't. That means your mid isn't. So they need to be careful juggling this execute that this Pyke has.
Yeah, and I love the Jhin being picked up here now as well for Sentinel. It's that good, strong front to back.
It's a fine Jhin game.
Whether Jhin is good in comms or is really good in comms. So it's one of these like champions that you get a good force shot on. It can do a lot of damage. And an Amumu being hovered, if that's an Amumu support, I kind of mess with it. And I would love to see what it can do. Regardless,
Amumu.
it's a bit of an interesting pick. I think
Amumu.
a bit of a laugh. Oh, it's the Blitzcrank instead.
That's the Blitz.
They are looking for some death. They want to land these hooks. Now it comes down to where do you put this cast, and a Vayne being picked up could be pretty good.
But that's the thing, right?
Nah, Caliste always have his Vayne.
Single one of these members on KC is
Bro's gonna pick like Sivir, bro.
No one is a Cassante. No one is a Scion. Every single hook will get you value. Jhin Zhao probably arguably less so. You hook, will Crescent Guard and actually repel you.
Tristana.
But we're seeing some
Kai'Sa.
traditional AD carries.
Holy, the JDG inspiration.
Locked in for Caliste here. That is a hyper carry.
I think cohesively I like Sentinels draft more, but
back here at EWC.
do think that Casey can win this still. I do think Casey's just better individually, honestly.
The ability to dive is now what is on the cards for this. You have a Xin, you have a Cass, you can lock them down with the miasma. The Pyke is going to get those executes. I really like Casey's draft here. They've sort of thought we can just do full damage. The only downside, there's no real tanks.
I think without nameplates, definitely, I think the draft of Sentinels is better.
Like Sentinels pick comp. Blitzcrank lands one good hook.
At the space control, the lane matchups, everything is looking good for Sentinels.
Could spell disaster.
One good hook and you're walled in, right? You get that Cataclysm, you get that Ghoulie Wall, you get the Ice Wall.
Like Yorick and Anivia space control is really, really tough.
Back out, like we said a little bit earlier. But what I like here is that Sentinels have definitely got sort of a side split lane push build here with that Yorick, right? He will demand an answer if he can at least stay even with Canna in that top lane, and the ghouls will prevent those shock blasts from landing on the Yorick himself, so I kind of like this counter pick there.
No, I really like it. You sort of mentioned that Crystallize, which is the Anivia's wall, right? And I think he's going to play a huge part in how this team is going to be moving through these team fights. We're going to have to see how it's going to be used effectively, because once the Glacial Storm goes down, it's going to be so much harder to get out because you really are relying on that mobility. And if you get a Rylez, instantly that mobility is gone.
Yeah, definitely. But I like that we've seen Yike go with the same style of jungler too. That flag and drag, that access over walls, the mobility that he also had with that Qiyana. Doesn't have that massive AoE teamfight tool that the Supreme Display of Talent can be, but we've seen Cataclysm used to such phenomenal...
When you say without taking into consideration nameplates, are nameplates taken into consideration by the odds?
I think 3 members locking
yeah, of course they are.
That's all Yike is going to need to do here with this Cataclysm, and it's a team fight done.
Yeah.
I'm separating the two to make the point about which draft I find better. Because the draft, for what it is, doesn't have a bias of who's playing it until you're actually in the game, right?
You need to think about top. If Jayce can get a couple kills on the board,
but I think if these teams were exactly evenly matched.
But enough about the draft, Pyke.
If these teams are exactly evenly matched, I do think that Blue Side Draft should win. But they are not.
2026 in the Qiddiya City Battleground, and we are in for a show. The home crowd is here, giving all of their energy to KC, driving them onwards, driving them upwards to victory and success.
Crazy thing here is the crowd.
Depends, Mephisto, if you have the guts to. I just don't have anything set up to quantify how big of an edge I would need Sentinels to have to predict them. They're just going off a feel. I think this time around is not enough.
Nice and aggressive. Yeah, just holding on a little bit, getting those electrocute procs is always nice. We'll have to see how this lane's going to really fare out. Who do you think favors in this sort of like laning phase in this mid lane?
Genuinely, I think this is going to be Cassiopeia's lane. I've seen kyeahoo with hands on that Cassiopeia. DARKWINGS capable.
Hook on hook. It's not going to be enough. Huhi already here with the ignite. Flashes could come through just to secure the kill. They don't go for it. The ignite and the barrier burnt. Huhi is very low. Might be looking for a reset. I almost said hee, but no, it's okay. We're not laughing just yet. But now, another hook will be coming out, but the ward already spotting Busio out.
Huhi, though, nerves of steel. Didn't heal, didn't flash. confident he was not going to die.
Nerves
there
of steel.
in
He
that
is playing a
bot side.
robot.
So the only advantage that KC got for themselves was no more health potions on this Blitzcrank, so they just wait it out, they heal back up, and then they can go again. Otherwise, elsewhere, kyeahoo does have this early advantage against DARKWINGS, who's desperately trying to get this CS, but is already down in what is a relatively equal display of minion waves here. Gets the cannon, but is paying for it.
The domination so far, it's only about 4 CS up, but kyeahoo has control of this lane, forcing them back. Look at the health difference, mana as well. It is this Anivia that is really struggling, and one more hit does get the egg out, but it's underneath the tower. It's going to be so hard to do anything. So the best thing you can do here, shove out the wave, and then look for a refight as the game goes on.
Yeah, gets that passive, but DARKWINGS did have 2 health potions as well, so I almost think it was intentional. I almost think it was... That was scary. Good play there by
It's like
I almost think it was intentional.
the matchups are good for Sentinels because it leaves more leeway for mistakes, but I think KC's individual players are just much better, bro.
Now I'll start being a little more respectful. Now I'll
Much
use
better.
those health potions, but Impact has to be careful here. Canna has
So I would never predict Sentinels to win a game like this.
Look, you expect it as well. It is a Jayce into a Yorick. You're looking into that melee versus the ranged melee sort of matchup. As long as Canna can
Deathfire touch
range
is
to do some
very,
damage
very
from
strong.
far, it's going to be so hard
Very
for
strong.
to really step up, but it's all about this
Thank you,
Yorick
Vagramir, my
game.
favorite
They
Witcher,
want
for
to
the
get a
prime.
little bit bigger and good.
Rahel as well for the prime.
Busio, nice Void Seeker hits as well. Have to be careful, but still, huhi.
HamBak is a former Bro player.
To death at this point, because even though they're half health, they are a Blitzcrank. Can be able to survive a little bit longer, but we're still waiting for a good hook to land. And right now, it's Busio controlling that game.
Yeah, junglers just completing their clears as well. Take their recalls to base. Near identical purchases here, both with those long swords, and they both have their boards as well to be able to get some extra vision controls. We do go to a quick pause, but where we're looking at is able to dodge the deadly flourish out of a Jhin, keep that hyper mobility. I think they're going to have that advantage. They've got the ability to dive on top of a Jhin when he doesn't have that 4th shot loaded.
G2 lost against AO.
Kind of has to prepare.
Now they have to play against D+ the final spot.
So I think this favors the hyper carry that Caliste has locked in there with that Kai'Sa.
Yeah, and I really like this laning phase as well. I think the Kai'Sa, as the game goes on, once you get that 3-item spike, you do really come online. Whereas Jhin takes a little bit more. It is a bit more of like a 4-item spike where you need to get that good little hook. The flash stun is nice. huhi has to be very careful. Flash trying to land the Seeker. The first blood hits. Caliste is all over them.
The feet on Caliste dodges the deadly flourish on the way.
Have you seen the stuff about DK players not getting paid? I've seen the stuff, but what do you want me to say? Sucks. Someone sue them. Kyeahoo, get involved. Be useful. What should I say? I don't think it's that...
AD carry of KC.
There's no, like, can't give my take on any. What kind of take do you expect from me?
15 seconds, and we take a quick look at vision control because we see HamBak on that bot side. Mid lane.
Trying to hold on, maybe look to trade back as the flash comes out.
Terrible from kyeahoo. Desperate.
Trade over and a nice return kill from Sentinels. Yeah, nice. Has to burn the flash, but secures the kill.
Yeah, minions goated right there, forcing that flash out of HamBak because he got blocked a little bit, but KC might be responding here.
The hook does go forward. Goes inside, just trying to keep them alive a little bit longer, but to try to hold this wave back, maybe give a little bit more over to this Cassiopeia. Yeah, but if we take a look at these summoners as we're about to go into this Drake...
Your opinion, what's supposed to have the weakest showing? Like at MSI plus this, it has to be Busio, you know? In comparison to the level expected.
KC, however, have priority in the bot and mid, so they will be able to respond first. But look at the summoners. Impact and Canna in that top side. They're on their island. They're doing top side things. But only Rahel and Yike have flashes, which means the jungler of KC has more dynamic playmaking, has more in and out ability than HamBak does. Yes, he has flag and drag, but you still want the flash any day of the week.
Yeah, Maiden's been summoned here. Let's see if Canna is able to take this fight as we're looking mid.
That's the hook on Darkwing Jacks. He did.
The kill and a nice little secure there for KC. Now they're forcing them back. Void Grub's still up in 2 minutes, so Yike looking just to get this scuttle and a little bit more control over the top side.
Yeah, but this is where KC needs to be careful about managing where the gold goes. Busio got that kill on that Pike. Yes, you want a couple of gold, a couple of kills into your support, get accelerated over your other support, and that's only a good advantage as we get a replay. Dodging the hook, right? So that's
nice. I missed that completely. I don't know. I spaced out something.
Sorry, as HamBak is getting caught out. It's a lot of damage. pick it.
Well done,
HamBak
Kai'Sa.
kill, 1-1-1. It's a magical number.
Seems like every team fights your favorite. I think they just have the better player, honestly. I think it's just a mechanics gap. Straight up. Like Sentinels is like a worse version of GX.
They brought more members and they brought them even quicker. Yes, they've got priority. Yes, they've got members, but right now they're still not going for this first strike of the game. So it feels like we're starting to hit. Oh, good hook.
Yeah, nice. Huhi getting caught out. The ignite instantly dropped. See if they can do a little bit more as Yike is joining the party. There's a good hook. Caliste is now here, and it is, yeah.
He's going home.
Another kill. 2-1-1. It's a good number.
I'm scared for Sentinels here, Pike. I'm really scared for the Sentinels. CS advantage.
Yeah, Team Secret Way has had a very poor showing at this tournament. Very poor showing.
Rahel, the gold lead, 2.5k at 7 minutes. This is a KC of game 1. This is still a Sentinels of game 1, and that's not a compliment right now.
And the big thing is, they're moving it around the map. It's no longer Yike really starting to drive it. It's all Busio of all. They're getting around their lane.
C9 lost to this.
They're getting the picks. It's what you want from a good
Not
Pike
really.
player. And I love to see it because my name is also Pike.
From watching from the outside, I didn't ask Dom or talk to him about it, but like it didn't seem like anyone took this EWC qualifier serious, bro.
It is.
It's only 8 minutes.
Bro, Sentinels beat everybody. They got first place. They beat FlyQuest, they beat Lion. And no one took that shit serious for some reason. That's cope. C9 imploded? What do you mean? C9 made it further in LCS playoffs than they did.
Sentinels won't be able to get there.
But there's also the vision down on this dragon too, so you can actually tell Casey's already prepped for this and said, as long as we know where HamBak is, we'll be okay. So getting these Void Grubs early is going to be really good for these big pushes.
Yeah, Lion dropped out of the tournament way earlier.
So the depth from below isn't online just yet. Once it does, we're sharing even more gold around, and it's just going to get harder and harder for Sentinels to do anything.
No.
And what's really showing,
like, people in the chat didn't even watch those games.
When he doesn't have his hook, he still has the stun. He still has the move.
I watched those games, sadly. I watched those games. And I'm not saying they shouldn't have taken it serious. They should have. It's a very big deal to be here. They should have taken it serious. But let me tell you, these teams didn't. Lion didn't. FlyQuest didn't look like they did. C9 didn't look like they did.
Go for a little bit more. Yike is joining the party. One big hook could be enough, but it could be Busio looking for a little bit more. Yike going for to see if they can get the damage.
Oh, the Zinza ult doesn't happen, bro. Where's the Zinza ult?
Now it is going to be Sentinels taking the win, but Caliste still strong. Hook goes forward. Huhi has to flash. Got to be careful. Petrifying Gaze doesn't land. KC, and now also there goes the curtain call. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 fish, but no, it's going to be enough. Caliste sidesteps the hook, keeps out of danger.
Caliste with the fancy feet again. Dodges that deadly flourish earlier. Dodges that hook from Blitzcrank. Saves himself as Sentinels still sticking around on this bot side. Yes, they earned themselves priority. They got the scuttle crab, but they turned it into basically nothing. The Drake's still up. The gold advantage still 2k for KC here.
Oh, Canna doing some damage. Just getting impact very low, but again, we're waiting for impact to get a couple.
The Anivia gameplay from DARKWINGS has looked rough. This is called DARKWINGS. You kind of hope that, you know, he can flap him or something.
But then also going towards that Triforce, most likely.
I want to point something out. This might be one of the fastest rifts we've seen. We've already got 4 completed.
HamBak is getting bodied in the matchup, bro.
Rahel, huhi, Busio.
It is a skill matchup. It isn't like plain and simple Jayce loses.
Now here, huhi is charge forward. Flash is good, but here's my lord, Busio able to
Busio? Did he call him Busio?
It's all too much. Yahoo as well in a little bit of a danger. Deadly flourish just going to skim them off the side. They get out alive.
It was such a great hook from huhi that Canna was forced to flash, but because huhi had burnt the hook and didn't get paid for it, Busio was able to escape cleanly.
Busio.
Execute on impact under the turret, but TP being committed here on this top side.
Yeah, very aggressive TP too, but I like to see it. Trying to get that wave back into a better spot because, yes, Canna able to just get these big shoves. Impact needs to...
Damn, Impact came back. He didn't even have TP upgrade. He came back with no shield.
And the rotations that are coming out, they've left Yahoo to sit mid, and the gold is looking good, but Dragon still hasn't been secured.
Yeah, I mean...
Keep in mind, don't get me wrong. I'm saying specifically to that qualifier. Watching the NA qualifier, and even watching the EU qualifier to some degree, degree.
They want these Drakes as their win condition because they know
Like,
it's not going to be an Infernal Soul.
there's also like players that simply can't perform in their scrim environment in a serious match. They can't put themselves mentally that it's a tournament game. They can't put themselves mentally. Because remember how Vitality, like, do you remember how half the LEC lost to ERL teams in the LEC qualifier? Mentally putting yourself in a position to compete, it's a very specific skill set. Like, you need to have the right coach for it, you need to have the right guys for it, you know? There's just like a lot of pro players are deeply unserious as people, in the sense that they don't know anything about themselves. They just do. They do what they've done and hope that it works and believe sincerely that it works. The internal reflection is barely there for any pro players.
Especially when Busio is so fed right now. Does get the hook out to the side. Steelbone isn't going to land, but there's the flag and drag. HamBak's good. There's the crescent guard. Let's see if it does enough.
That's a hook.
Busio.
Okay, see, you're doing too many mistakes, guys. The composition will fall off a cliff.
Good play from Sentinels there. They saw
You think it's too much pressure for them to perform? No.
They were patient. They let them clear the wards. Then huhi walked up. They took the bait. They dodged.
You know, the people that can't manage pressure are the ones that don't pressure themselves every day.
However, on this top side, we see Canna 25 CS up over Impact. This is still a better game, though. Impact was much farther behind at the same time.
The people that know how to manage pressure are the ones that are aware of the pressures they face every single day. The players that don't manage pressure well are the ones that are unaware of the gravitas of the circumstance.
Placing wards in that top side of the Sentinels jungle so that they have that information on HamBak.
Because if you put a bigger emphasis on practice and you already envision the tribulations that you're going to face,
he's keeping up with huhi.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Vision is the name of the game.
And you feel the weight of playoffs before you reach them, that is dealing with the pressure daily.
The next big fight. Chemtech Dragon is going to be available in 3. Again, bit of a slow Dragon game, but neither team really needs to worry too much about it. It is really the side of Sentinels that are waiting.
There's definitely people like this too, Mephisto. I would say Upset is a person like this. Upset, he grinds so damn hard that under pressure, it's so innate that even if he feels pressured, it's all like just muscle memory, you know?
Has to knock about Cataclysm is good. I think they're just trapped. It's just
there's definitely players like this.
But it's unfortunate. 3 members spent to get 1.
I have to say, guys, Sentinels have low-key made a comeback in this game with the last plays here. They killed Busio. They killed Jayce on side now, but Kai'Sa is going to get first out top.
It is most of the gold of KC into Canna, so able to get that shutdown on him is
gold leads are kind of fake.
Beautiful, and the timing immaculate. It gives him that topside priority, even though kyeahoo is there because
Curb was my boy. Me and Curb were in the same team. We play with a trackball mouse.
He knows it. They're trying to get that priority so that they get that.
Basically, I had internet issues when I was younger. I had internet problems. Huhi will have to maybe flash or he gets out with Exos Nimbus.
Let's look at this replay of an interesting fight here. The good hook.
The beautiful hook from huhi. Busio didn't know he was on vision. Rahel flashed.
So sometimes I would have high ping. So me and Curb would just alternate in our team when we played top lane and jungle. So when I had high ping, I said, Curb, just let me play Maokai jungle, go top, and we'll win. And we did. We always won. I think I played like 8 jungles competitive when I had high ping, and we won every single game.
3-4 seconds before he finally did, buying all of that time. Oh, Busio.
Looking for more. It's a lot of damage.
Rahel flash from before.
1 for 1. Rift Herald secured for Sentinels,
Caliste.
but a nice dive out of KC.
Well done,
still
Rahel.
quite rich. I don't know if we're gonna go to game 3 yet, guys. KC is still generating a lot of gold on side. Oh damn, Caliste criminal. Alright, Caliste.
Caliste is on fire.
Mechanic gap.
There's a two-item Kai'Sa, the
They like pistachios? I think pistachio is the best nut.
That kill is crazy in the face of two members from
Top 10 ADC, baby. Come on, no?
Snap decisions like that change these games.
And the big thing here, we talked about it. They're trying to take Yike out of the game. I'm sorry, the rest of KC are well online and ready to fight. A flash killer instinct is all she wrote.
Coconut is not a nut.
Feeling so good.
Now, if you don't
The name is misleading. Coconuts are not nuts.
KC are 5k up at 16 and a half minutes. There's 30 seconds to the third only the second Drake of the game.
Yeah.
Like, by this time, some teams almost have 4.
Ooh.
It's the Baron in 3 minutes, Pike. So right now, these jungle objectives, but the damage, the top 2 damage dealers are KC's.
Rift Herald now being summoned in the mid. They've sent 4 members strong. The flash Cataclysm. They know Caliste has nothing up.
Oh.
Out the hook from that. The shutdown.
Did Busio pull on huhi, make him miss hook?
The tower is still holding strong. See if they get enough damage. kyeahoo is okay. They're backing off, and they do not secure the tier 1 in mid.
Why do gym players choose to go Doran's helmet instead of Doran's bow? The bow gives more attack damage. Yeah. I would be surprised if Doran's helmet gave more attack damage than Doran's bow.
He's about to hit their bloody nexus at this point, if you ask.
It's just about hitting jack of all trades.
Trying to slow down Busio, but taking a couple tower shots. I think it is
That's
going to be
all.
Canna looking to join this fight, but this is a long chase. Forest, you can't run forever, unfortunately. And Impact is going to get caught out here on this top side, and it's Busio that picks up the kill.
Yeah, Impact didn't have that teleport, so we took them on a merry journey.
So looking at Canna and Caliste gold lead, 1.2k, 2.8k. Should be enough to win still. Ooh, close.
Give me a heart attack, Busio, I
can
swear.
tell. We go back to this
New camera? No, I just have it in a different angle.
Busio hit with a deadly flourish. He's flash ults to get that gap closed, but Rahel beautifully done to still get one back. However, the goal goes over to Caliste, which is exactly where you wanted it. So Busio sets Caliste up for success, but I want to go back to that play. Impact.
I wonder what the bracket would look like, but
on the bot side lane. And KC
is Impact Giga washed? Bro, Impact won Worlds 13 years ago.
They should have been going for that Drake.
Caliste, a little bit of a dangerous
13
area,
years
but
ago.
It's gonna be okay. They've got Yike waiting in the wings, but there's 3
13 years
Canna's gone
ago.
on the wrong side of the map. We're all going for a run here, apparently, but Canna does have a little bit of that speed.
And he's the GOAT top lane of NA.
Oh, flashes it.
I have no idea how Canna got here. I was thinking about Impact in his career. Now we're here. Canna giggling in the camera.
And it is going to be Canna surviving.
Because KC were helping. KC were
So did Faker, to be fair.
He was able to
Yeah.
get a hook, and it got the flash out of Canna. But even then, if they
And
kept
so did
pushing,
Piglet
KC were there ready to
and
pounce.
Pumandu
Canna,
and Bengi.
200 CS, 50 CS up and over Impact. The gold lead has ballooned to 5,500 at this 19-minute mark. KC, they keep getting these.
Let's not use
increases in
the
this
GOAT to the
gold
game as an
lead.
example.
Sentinels are always on the back foot in all of these fights. Baron, 30 seconds.
Because obviously he's the biggest outlier of the whole game. By every stretch possible.
It really does, yeah. Baron, 20 seconds. It's probably where the next big fight. Oh my, that blast just hurt me a little bit, if I'm honest. But still, I have to see where they're going to get that priority, as it is almost a 6k gold lead here for KC. They're looking really strong, and a lot of that is sitting on Caliste. 3-1-1. They've finished the Nashes too, so they are fully online as this Kai'Sa. The damage is going to be good. The void
I feel like this is the Nasher that spawns every time. Like the complete beast of a Nasher that just kills you.
Yeah, good job there from Yike to push Impact away from the red buff. Those Sentinels not done. They are collapsing in the jungle. Will be spotted out by KC. There's wards everywhere.
Yike in a bad spot. Had flash, chose not to use it. It's just caught out instantly. And Rahel picks up the kill.
All right, huhi.
Into the bounce house. Didn't get a
huhi.
chance to hit that crescent guard. Was CC'd to death. Well played.
Yike has been a non-factor this game. He's just been getting caught left and right.
Into that red buff.
Yeah, Busio waiting in the wings, just keeping they're basically a ward at this point, and now they're going to be walking out. Seeing if they can hold on as Caliste. They know that this mid-tier 1 is in dire straits. So they might have to give this one over. They understand it's not the place to be. You're a man down, but that's okay.
Yeah, sometimes you need to give these objectives over because if you try and contest them, if you try and compete, you lose the fight and the contest, and it's just not worth it.
Yeah, and looking for another tower down on the spot side too. Sentinels starting to make some more proactive plays, trying to take these objectives off the board too. So I really like that they're trying to push that advantage. When there is a man down, they all shove.
Yeah, there's a lot of standing gold on this rift, including the Baron himself, who did spawn a minute ago. KC, though, it feels like they're holding all of the cards. It feels like they've got all the advantages. Every single one of their members, except supports, have at least 2 completed items. And yeah, Sentinels, they themselves are in the same position, but it feels like they're always playing catch-up. They're always hard
items, Kai'Sa.
on KC because
So Drake coming up.
advantage is going to them. And you look at that top lane, Canna has...
What is that shirt? I don't know, it's like some old PewDiePie merch that I'm doing laundry today.
Kill to his name, but he's got all the gold that he needs, and it's just because he's been able to push, getting all the minions. But one thing we have to note, Rahel's got a rapid fire cannon along with that Ghost Blade, so they're going for that extra bit of range, a little bit of crit on that as well. So they're sitting about 45 roughly. It's a bit of an interesting one. Usually you do like to go maybe for an IE second, or trying to get like a collector as well as an option. So getting this extra range means they have a little bit more safety. They can hit from afar, which I feel like the main ideal for this Jhin.
Yeah, one thing that I'm liking out of Sentinels this game though is it's very, very close. It's much closer, right? The kills, the team fights, they're kind of equal. The problem is...
Getting caught, Crescent Guard does go forward, Flag and Drag is good, but Yike trying to keep them away. Busio actually put HamBak over the wall. Now
Base.
Hook does go
Yike.
down. They're stuck in the glacial
Refusing to flash, held it for so long. Yike doesn't want to win. He doesn't want to win. Not so based. Caliste Criminal snipes one. Jayce with the EQ from the flank. Caliste has flash. No ulto.
It looks like it is Sentinels on the wrong side of the walls. They just need to collapse in the right way.
Ooh, Caliste Criminal shooting the wife. I think Caliste with no flash, no R, I think he cannot play. Oh, never mind. Nice EQs from Canna. Oh, Busio. The E lands. Caliste movement. Oh. And that's the ace. Yeah, mechanically, bro. Mechanically, KC versus Sentinels is like watching, I don't know, Genji versus...
That was such a patient play in that jungle there.
Genji versus KC. That's what it is.
No way out. They were forced to fight, and KC won that anyway. Now, with all of Sentinels dead, the gold lead out to 8k. It's basically a free Baron over to KC, and they have the damage to boot. Caliste, 6-1-1. HamBak spawning now, but he's not going to make it back to the Baron.
Yeah, Baron is just too far gone, and at the same time, it was...
Yeah, Yike has had a rough one.
The dragon as well. It's a 2-for-1.
Caliste had a good series. Canna's been the best performer together with kyeahoo at this event.
For the side of KC. They want this
Where was this Canna and this Caliste?
Yeah, and
at MSI.
Not that CS matters too much here at the 24th minute, but take a look across the rift. Canna, 80 up over Impact. Yike and HamBak relatively even, but kyeahoo, 60 up over DARKWINGS. I mean, your mid and your top lane just aren't even in touching distance of your opponents right now. So it's really well done by KC to manage these creeps, these waves, these minions, and overall objectives. Before we got into that blowout of a fight, I was just saying, it's 9-9. Both teams are getting equal amounts of kills.
When was Yike at his peak? I don't know, beginning of last year? I thought that Winter Split Yike was really good.
Yeah, it is going to be a bit of a tall order once again, but Sentinels still have a couple things in their pocket. The Jhin, Rahel still has the ability to come online. They're getting ever closer to that IE, so they will be getting close to that 50% crit. Let's have a look at this replay of this fight.
Yeah, it was a good hook from Busio to get HamBak away from Yike, buying Yike the time and space, but Sentinels were still able to chip away, force that flash. But Canna and Caliste here, Caliste's patience, waiting off on the side, gets that poke, is able to ult in onto Rahel. He got caught getting that first.
But honestly, in Europe, it seems like nobody can succeed without G2, so it's not even a narrative around Yike. Who is succeeding without G2 in Europe? Seen I make Worlds will be there in person to coach? Probably, yeah.
Front line, a body blocker between Canna and Caliste, but the damage is too much. The kyeahoo coming in from the side, Canna with the hyper shots as well, the accelerated shock blast, and Caliste, the fancy feet, dodging that hook, able to just space so effectively. Not much you could do.
Yeah, and it was just the easy cleanup there. Nothing you could really.
And you won't be streaming the Worlds games? Probably will, I don't know. We'll find some hybrid.
That was hurting them in, like you said.
We'll find a way to make it make sense.
Nowhere to go. But now HamBak getting caught once again. Canna is doing a lot of damage in the killer instinct. Caliste 7-1-1, 3k gold up. They are absolutely dominating.
And Kyeahoo on the top side with that Baron-empowered cannon minion is breaking the base open. Sentinels barely a leg to stand on. 4v5 right now, but Caliste, even if you kill him, he's got the arm guard, so he's going to be even harder to bring down, even harder to stop. Both junglers building towards their GAs, but I think the game isn't even going to last that long at the rate that
Guys, I need to make sure that windows are closed everywhere because the storm is brewing. There's a storm right now. Maybe I wait. We have a team fight. kyeahoo gets hooked. Nice, Jhin got fucking petrifying gaze. Just delivered to him. That's pretty cool.
And it is KC still running this game. 13k gold up. They're on soul point. They don't even need the soul. And the TP's now coming in. They want to try and close.
But the most serious today, we have G2 versus D+. That is some cream of the crop stuff right there.
Impact able to get it online.
Kyeahoo goes down. It's now a 4v4.
HamBak gets hooked by Busio. Busio gets killed by the W of Caliste Criminel. 29. Hookaroo on Jayce. Jayce should fall. Caliste Criminel gets flashed on, has barrier. Will he use it? He holds it. Lifesteal. Caliste. Ult. Caliste Criminel with the movement. And they walk away.
They couldn't close it, but they're still looking good. The curtain call gets used. Busio's low, but no, it does get stopped. They just have to chase.
Impact has one little cast to throw, or I really need to close the windows. The storm is going.
No, they flip it. It's too easy. Caliste lands the Acanthian Rain, and it does the damage.
Caliste's patience to hold on to that ultimate, to use it defensively to get that shield to be so much harder to kill, keeps him alive, gets the kill on the way out, despite Sentinels having the numbers, despite Sentinels having the speed to catch them. The intelligent gameplay coming out of Caliste there keeps him alive, and the hopes of KC, because if Caliste had died there, Sentinels would have run straight up that mid lane and punished them brutally here.
That is the main person we're looking for, but at the same time, Canna getting picked up there too. They just got their first kill of the game, but the damage is good. They're a full build right now, so this Jayce is going to be packing a punch.
That's what happens when you
all right, here we go again. Nice hook to kill Rahel.
huhi with the flash into the miasma though, so really slows that follow-up engage down. Forced to run as Kyeahoo aggressing forward. Says, yeah, you can hook me, but that's exactly where I want to be.
I think the big thing you're going to note as well is really good defensive play still coming out of Sentinel. The TP's coming in. This one straight into the middle just wasn't the call. They thought they could end it, but it was Sentinels holding that line and landing everything they needed to. And the flashes coming out was just a bit much.
And all the while, the bot lane's pushing in as well, but that fourth Drake of the game, the Soul, will go over to KC. They net themselves that Hextech Soul, so Caliste is going to hurt even more. That little bit of extra poke, that little bit of extra slow, it's going to be really hard to answer. And there's that ultimate I was talking about, the defensive ultimate to get that massive shield to keep himself alive and escape. The flash forward, unfortunately, whiffing a little bit. That 4 shots from Rahel, they outrange it. Busio able to E away. And just here, huhi tries to aggress forward. Caliste has had fancy feet all game. Deadly flourishes, hooks, all whiffing.
It's hard though.
All right, KC, you have Soul, you'll take Nash, and the game.
Of Kai'Sa. So
and the damn game. Kai'Sa's gotten some nice AP buffs with her ult shield being really big with that cap.
Are stacking up and they're looking at another Baron.
Yeah, and one thing worth noting as well is that's a max stack Gluttonous Greaves there for the Kai'Sa, so that sort of HP regen, the lifesteal doing dividends, right? It keeps Caliste healthy just a little bit longer for a little more as they do take that Baron. So now
Hourglass finished.
They have all of the
click into enemy base and end the game, bro.
They have the Hextech Soul. They have fully online top.
They can sink waves here. They shouldn't hit these minions at all. They should just sink it. Sink it, sink it, sink it. They're not giving it Nash. Sink it, sink it, sink it with top, sink it. Synchronization thing.
If anyone can do it, it's probably Sentinels.
All right, this is a good fight. This is a good fight. Yeah, go forward, go forward. Ult.
Yike is still up and available, so even if you secure the kill, you're gonna kill him once again. To see if they can make this final charge.
I think he needs to understand that he's got Hextech Soul, that he would slow everybody there. He just needed to E and to ult. He has GA. You gotta fight outside of the base. You take it every day of the week there. Big wave bot, big wave mid, big wave top.
And now they're looking to charge. They have 3.
Anivia can't ult enough of the wave. Canna just broke this Blitzcrank's neck. That EQ did. A million damage. Hammer time. Pentakill for Caliste. Pentakill for Caliste. Penta, give me Penta. Give me Penta. Scream it, Caliste. Nice, Pyke stole it from you. Pyke stole it from me. Pyke stole it from you, son.